What up, Ever?
Hey Ian, how you doing, man?
I'm all right, all right. Crown Jewels, man. Let's just go straight into it, man. Crown Jewels. Uh,
Yeah.
it was it didn't
Okay,
start off a great show,
yeah.
but it ended a great show.
Yeah, because you did your ratings already. I remember, guys, if you go to our TikTok, New Entry Wrestling um New Entry Wrestling podcast, New Entry Wrestling Pod, you could check out Ian's ratings. So yeah, let's go match by match, if anything, like why you rated it at, each match.
Sure. If I could remember whatever happened. Well, yeah. So Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley was a great,
Yeah.
it on paper and also the match itself. But let's just go based on paper first. On paper, it was a great opening match. I just felt like it didn't deliver um, when it actually finally happened. I felt like it could have been a little bit better, a little bit longer. That's what she said. Um, there was a lot of. I was expecting more of a Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar WrestleMania 33. You know how do
Okay.
you remember how it took place? It was just like a lot
Like
of
quick?
finishing. It was quick, but a lot of
Yeah.
finisher, but it was still a little a slow pace because it was like a 5 minute match.
Yeah, what if it was meant to be like just a little taste before the WrestleMania?
Like a WrestleMania rematch. Um,
Like,
I
you know what I mean?
feel
Like they do it now and then. Obviously, a Survivor Series, I don't know what they're gonna do for that. But
right.
then Royal Rumble, they probably eliminate each other in the Rumble, and then WrestleMania, it's like there's
Trying to get
rematch and
a bigger build up. I could see
yeah.
that happening, but wouldn't Bobby Lashley go over then? If that like say like if that was your idea of what we're gonna get Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, wouldn't you have Bobby Lashley win?
No, because I think
You
he would
wouldn't?
no, no, because I would think like even though he's been a multiple time champion now, Bobby
Right.
Lashley, he's always gonna still be in the shadow of like the Lesnars of the world and stuff like that. So it's gonna be he's the underdog in this story. Like Brock Lesnar's
Ah,
a big guy. They're both in
okay.
MMA. You know, you um um, Bobby Lashley was in Bellator. No offense, it's a great promotion. I mean, they have a show coming up in Chicago, but Brock Lesnar was in UFC. That's like the
Right.
top of the top. So it's like you're it's like they always compare Bobby Lashley to Brock Lesnar anyways. I don't know, remember when he debuted originally? He
Yeah, I could see. I mean, I never looked at him as the next Brock Lesnar though.
No, I just like they
But a
would
lot
always
of
compare
people,
him.
yeah, people will always compare him to Brock Lesnar. But um, yes, if you're gonna compare Brock Lesnar back in 2002 to 2004, yes, that's basically Bobby Lashley, you know.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't know. I feel like Bobby Lashley clearly turned heel again. I guess that's the reason why that match took place because Bobby Lashley needed a heel turn, which is dumb because I feel like we have too many heels and not a lot of faces. Because it's
Yeah.
like Seth Rollins is champion right now, and it's like, well, who is he gonna? He's done with the feud with Riddle. I guess he's having a mini feud with Ali, just to
Hmm.
help him elevate, which is a good call, but
I
I mean,
yeah.
but it's not like Seth Rollins is going to be like, here you go
Yeah.
to, here's the title to Ali. He's probably going to carry on the title for a while.
Yeah.
Because obviously Ali, even though Ali deserves a champion, but Seth Rollins, it'll be better for him to hold the title and help everybody out down the line. But anyways, going back to Bobby Lashley and Lashley turned heel. He put the hurt lock on Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar refused to tap out. He pinned him with a cheap roll up.
Yeah.
It looked like easy, like Bobby Lashley could have easily kicked out,
Yeah.
but obviously didn't. And Lashley attacked Brock Lesnar again after the match, putting a hurt lock, basically choking him out. So there is obviously the feud's going to continue, and is it going to go all the way to WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Getting a quick sample, but I just feel like the build up to the match um was more impressive than the match itself that the match delivered,
Yeah.
even though there wasn't really much of a backstory besides we're gonna have these two fights. fight.
Well, I think because they're Saudi Arabia, so the king, I think they want to appease the kingdom, so
Mm,
that's probably why they made Brock Lesnar win. You know what I mean?
right,
Like it's some crazy stipulations. Like obviously the women couldn't, they they had to be fully dressed.
right,
Bianca Belair didn't smack her butt like she does. Like all this stuff. Sami Zayn wasn't allowed in the country because he's Syrian, because he would
right.
be executed. I think in Saudi Arabia, he's Syrian. They know he's Syrian. And then the MVP wasn't there because even he was Muslim and he turned atheist, and that's a crime in Saudi Arabia. So
Oh
I think
wow.
I think Brock Lesnar won to like
Please the
yeah,
people. I
yeah,
get you. But still, it doesn't change the fact of that weak roll up, and it doesn't
yeah,
change the fact where it's like there was other ways that he could have beat him. Um, but but yeah, regardless, the match wasn't bad. It was just like it just started for me. It was just
yeah,
like, oh, okay, that was I wasn't expecting a long match, but it was just like I felt like they took it home in the middle of the match. You know what I mean? Like normally when
yeah,
people are like, hey, we take it home, time to take it home, it's like we're gonna lead into the ending of the match and then we have the ending.
yeah,
It was just like, all right, take it home. Oh, okay, roll up. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's how I felt the match was. It was just like, oh wait, okay, cool, all right, whatever. Because at a certain point, it felt like, well, if it didn't end it now, they're probably gonna go another like 2 or 3 minutes, and then like 30 seconds later, the
Yeah.
roll to happen.
And I think I would always see Dirty B have Crown Jewel as like their weakest pay-per-view now, or PLE, whatever they call it, because it's kind of like we're only there to for this contract,
Right, and the money.
and the money. But like
So
outside of that, they're like every other paper is gonna be bomb, but this pay-per-view is gonna be like we're gonna,
But the
you know,
match,
eh,
no, the pay-per-view wasn't bad at all. It
yeah,
was just that Brock
match.
Lesnar, Bobby Lashley's, because it's like,
Yeah,
bro, come on, like we want to see this. Everybody wants to see this. This is a dream match. We got a taste of it at the Royal Rumble, but Roman Reigns screwed that one. Not in a bad way, but he's
yeah,
storyline wise, he screwed Brock Lesnar.
yeah.
But anyways, the second match that impressed me, it was a rematch, and it was the women's tag team match. That match
Mm-hmm.
impressed me, and how long it went. Clearly, they were trying to make up for the Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar match, but that match was surprisingly good. Nikki Cross interfered in that match. She hit her finisher on Alexa Bliss, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now Damage Control are retained, not retained, regain their women's tag team champion.
You
Uh,
think it's weird that Nikki Cross helped Damage Control when she attacked Bailey on Raw the week before, like the Raw
what threw
before?
me off was let's go straight into the Bailey match and Bianca Belair ladder match. Best match of the night. I
Yeah,
gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Best match of the night. It was like a roller coaster ride. There was a lot of and then oh, okay, yeah, that was
yeah.
fun. So I understand, and that's how you work a ladder match anyways. You can't have.
Spot after spot after spot.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense. You
It's
need to
not
have a
Dynamite.
yeah, exactly. Because it's like, yo, you gotta at least sell this. So
Yeah,
it when it and sorry, not a ladder match, a last woman standing, you have to have this. Same with a ladder match as well. You can't just have spots after spots because you gotta sell it.
yeah. You can't
And
just be
you
like, I
ain't
get up after a second. Like you
yeah,
just literally got hit by a ladder. Like
yeah, you
sell it
can't
for a bit.
you can't be like Logan Paul and kick out at a one every move. But
Yeah.
anyways, so but yeah, that match was very great. Um, both women delivered. They did their part in the match. But what threw me off was Nikki screwed, like you said, she screwed Bailey and Bianca Belair. But then for Crown Jewel, she screws Asuka and Alexa Bliss, but doesn't interfere in the women's match, even though she interfered last time. So it
Yeah.
was just like, I don't get it. You had me at one point because I'm thinking, okay, maybe Nikki Cross is going to screw both of them. Maybe push both of them through the table. They're both going to be counted out. You know what I mean? It's going to end in a no contest or something. Have a triple threat. Nikki's going to be involved in the match, so that way, Bailey and Bianca's damage control can continue. But now with Nikki in the middle of it, because we see that before Well, they'll throw somebody in there just so they could have this rivalry continue till a certain pay-per-view. You know, we saw that with CM Punk with Daniel Bryan and Kane involved. You know how they all had a match because they were trying to like have this rivalry continue to the next pay-per-view and also in the future.
Yeah, because I mean,
But
how would that work for like Survivor Series? Let's say there's a 4-on-4. Would Nikki Cross be with damage control, even though she, like you said, she took.
that's see now that's the confusing part too, because it's like you have I feel like the next match should be a triple threat. Have Nikki involved,
Yeah,
you know, Bianca, Bailey, and Nikki. But if you have Damage Control versus Asuka, Bianca Belair, and Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, it's like Nikki Cross screw all three of those women.
yeah.
Only
She
screw
screwed. She
she
screwed Bailey out
screwed
of the
Bailey,
championship. She screwed the
but
Alexa, and yeah, so it's
yeah,
kind of
and
like
but she helped Damage Control though. She
what?
helped
Yeah,
Neo Sky and Dakota. She
when
helped
yeah,
them, but she screwed Bailey. So now that's kind of weird.
yeah. It's kind
Um,
of whoever made that storyline is not thinking through.
you're right.
I mean,
Why would they
I
even
would,
approve? That's like a Vince McMahon kind of thing, where
like,
it's
why
just
not
like,
make her like attack her former tag team partner
right.
Dewdrop, and then they have a rivalry, and then Dewdrop joins forces with Alexa,
What happened
and
with Dewdrop?
I think they just have her off TV right now. They might rename her. They might
Mm.
call her back to like Piper Niven or Viper
I
or
like
original.
Dewdrop. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie. I like
yeah.
it.
But what do you rate that? You said 4.5 for that one. The women's tag team. What did you rate that one?
The women's tag team, I believe I gave it a 3.5.
Okay, and then the Lashley one, you gave it like
Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, I gave it a 3. Um, yeah, I just didn't like the roll up. I thought it was like a cheap win. I
and
mean,
that was not even
that's
your
the
that was
pet.
not even your worst rating either, right?
No, no, that was not my worst rating. I mean, even you can't. I mean, even with the Bobby Brock Lesnar, it wasn't a bad opening match. It was the ending that kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah.
So
So so far, you think so far the pay-per-view, the way it's going, it was just a slow burn.
it started off bad, like okay, but then obviously the end of the show, it started off like, oh man, that was a great. It was a great show.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, wouldn't you prefer it that way? You can't, you
Yeah,
know.
because you don't want to
So
because then you get burned out by the end of the
yeah,
show. If everything's banger after banger after banger, speaking of that, banger after banger after banger, and then it goes into like just like the whole night, you're like, okay, I'm kind
I'm
of dead by
tired.
like the
Yeah.
co-main event. By the second, the last match, you're like, okay,
Now you're on your phone because it's like
yeah,
you're all burned out.
yeah. What
Fuck
match are you
no.
gonna be like going to the bathroom for? Like, oh, I don't want to go to the bathroom right now.
Yeah,
I have to wait the whole show, 4 hours,
exactly.
almost five
So
hour show. I'm like, there's a couple matches I need to like go to the bathroom real quick and then eat or something.
yeah, there's a couple of those, but sometimes I get excited because I'd be like, oh, that's my bathroom break, or that's when I'm gonna eat my food or
Yeah.
something. You need one of those. You need one of those matches on the card, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
you watch the highlights afterwards. You're like, oh wow, okay.
that's their version
Yeah.
of intermission.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so the worst match I rated was Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Cross.
Oh wow, that was the other one.
What other one?
Almost and Braun Strowman?
No,
No? Wow.
I think it was tied. Oh,
Okay,
it's
so
tied.
yeah, that's what I
It's
remember. You said
tied.
2 out of 5 for both.
So it's tied. Yeah.
So which one was the worst of the two?
Um. So Omos and Braun Strowman.
Let's go with that one first. Yeah, let's do that one
That
first.
one wasn't bad, but I mean, it wasn't. I wasn't expecting much. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I wasn't expecting Braun Strowman. What's it called? Power bombing Omos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like you not not that he could live from. It's like ain't no way you be. It's like I just don't see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Omos can't flip himself that way.
No.
So
You have to literally drag you have to literally like push them.
yeah. Um so it wasn't like I wasn't expecting the best match of the night. I was expecting like, okay, that just happened. I was
Yeah.
expecting, oh my gosh, I can't believe he picked him up. Oh wow, that's impressive. That's what I was gonna get from that match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're some OMG moments. I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting a great match.
Yeah.
So yeah. But obviously, the one that you'd expect a great match is Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Cross. But
Especially that build up and
the
stuff.
I didn't even like the build up. I didn't like
No,
nothing about that match. I don't get the hype of Karrion Cross. Even when he was Killer Cross, I just don't.
in
All he
Impact,
ever,
right?
yeah, when he was on Impact, and I thought it was because they weren't using him properly. And now he shows up to NXT, and it was just like I just don't like how he wrestles because he had that cool entrance that build up the video package, and it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Scarlet, right there alone.
Take her out of the picture. Then what?
Yeah.
Take his Adam Cole said it best. Take the girl away, take the entrance away. What's so great about him?
Mm,
He has a great look. He has cool tattoos, but I mean, John Cena, you could say the same thing with John Cena. John Cena had a great look, but he almost got fired until he started doing the rapping thing, and he's, he kept his
survived.
job. Yeah.
Yeah. For like 20,
So
30 years.
so take that away from, you know,
So you think you thought the match was bland?
yeah,
For a steel cage match? You're like, oh my
yeah.
God, this would be like a death
Karrion
match.
Cross does not know how to be a heel. I'm gonna tell you that. He
Mm,
does not know how. He does not know how to be a heel. He looks like a baby face, even when especially with the hair and all that. He looks like a baby face,
wow.
you know. But when he was bald, he looked like a heel, but he looked like a crazy guy. But
Yeah.
he doesn't know. He just wrestles like a big guy. He doesn't know
Mm,
how to wrestle as a baby face. Kind
yeah.
of like Brian Cage. Brian Cage, he's a great athlete. He's a great worker, right? He could do flips, moonsault, shooting star press. He could do all that. But you can never tell if he's a face or a heel because he does the same moves for
Mm,
both,
yeah.
So that's the same thing with Karrion Cross. When he's a face, he wrestles the same.
Yeah.
Once he's a heel, he wrestles the same. Same like Hulk Hogan. I think, except when Hogan was the heel or the face, he does the whole throwing the whole gimmick, the big
Yeah.
boo, and then does the ear and then the leg drop. He never did that as a heel. He'll do it separately.
Yeah.
So but yeah,
So he
that's
doesn't have it. So he doesn't distinguish himself. Like you wouldn't know. Like if you say you didn't watch Dirty B for a month or two,
right.
you came
No,
back and
I
saw his
wouldn't.
match. You wouldn't know. Like oh well,
Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy?
yeah. Like Drew McIntyre's a good heel. I mean, I see him as a heel. He's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But in that match, you can't go back and watch it and tell me who's the baby face and who's the heel.
Yeah.
And then
Mm.
Scarlett was just there, and it was just like,
It was an awkward ending too,
it was
right?
an
Like he was
awkward ending,
clawing eye. Like why didn't he just jump out? He's over here like
right?
why is he like like crawling out the cage and like just run out the cage like literally jump out the cage or something. And
Yeah,
then Drew McIntyre's like slowly descending down and she's like Scarlett's not grabbing him or anything. Like come on, get out the
she
freaking
wasn't
ring.
sta- Yeah, she wasn't stabbing. She wasn't doing anything to help Karrion Cross win.
No,
It was just like, I don't know. It was just weird to me.
it's a steel cage. You could put pepper spray through the hole and Drew McIntyre, something or
And
anything
then
crazy.
yeah, oh yeah, he got hit with mace, but yeah, he was still able to recover in no time. But yeah, Karrion Cross was still dazed from the claymore.
Yeah,
It was a horrible, just horrible match. I mean, the only good thing about it is that this match was worse than the one that they had at Extreme Rules. So
wow.
um,
So
I
probably should
mean,
end they should probably end the feud then. Like
I
just put him on
personally
different.
think so.
Just put Karrion Cross against like somebody on his level. More like a
Yeah,
put him on. You think put him against Braun? Like be like a heel. No, boy, SmackDown Raw. Never mind. But you know what I mean? Like get somebody like on the same like
he's
traje-
not. I don't. You know what it is? It's the whole gimmick of like he kind of reminds me of Edge. You know how Edge
Mm,
came back from SummerSlam and he had the whole brew and all that stuff, but that was because of the gimmick from his past.
yeah.
Karrion Cross has a similar brew gimmick, and it's like, but he's not using it. It's just
Yeah.
a look, like,
Mm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Scarlett's got all that black and those nails, and she looks like
but
a
that's not who she is, though.
no.
It's just a look for both of them. It's not a gimmick.
Yeah.
And if it is a gimmick, it's like explain the gimmick.
Mm, yeah.
you have this look where it's like, hey, he reminds me of the new generation of the Brew or something like that, but he doesn't do anything gimmick wise. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's kind of weird to explain,
Yeah,
but yeah. So that match was it was whatever to me. Uh, Disappointing because I
yeah,
love Drew McIntyre.
yeah.
Um, I just don't get the hype of Karrion Cross because like I told you, I it's not like, oh, I think he sucks or anything. It's just he doesn't wrestle like a heel. He just
Hmm.
wrestles.
Yeah,
So
makes sense.
um but what was the Usos versus the Brawling Brews? It was decent. Felt
What?
like it was decent. That was all right. The ending of that match from the 3D off the top rope was dope, but it was decent. I felt like it could have been better. It's the same thing with them, the Brawling Brews, I guess, because they've been heels for so long as a tag team. Now they're face, so
Yeah,
they weren't. It was kind of like awkward because it's like they were just wrestling because they don't have moves that describe like I'm a baby face.
yeah.
So that's why it wasn't the best. Clearly, like the next match, the main event, Roman
Well, you're
Reigns.
missing the OC versus
Oh
Judgment Day.
yeah. Oh,
Like that.
see, that was a great match. You could clearly tell. We all know OC and the OC are usually the bad guys, but for this storyline, they're the good guys. But you were able to tell who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, you know? And the
Yeah,
fact that, like I just said earlier, the OC are usually the bad guys, but for this match, you could tell that Judgment Day were the bad guys.
yeah,
So so that match was great. Uh I was really looking forward to this match. Honestly, this was the only match I was looking forward to into
yeah.
heading towards Crown Jewels. But what you thought of the match?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I know, like Carl Anderson. It was a controversy because he had to choose between this show and the New Japan show because they're on the same day.
Right.
So I kind of felt like it was worth it that he went to Crown Jewel. You know,
Plus, I'm pretty
obviously
sure it was
they,
more money.
yeah. Well, he didn't vacate his never open weight, so he's still champion.
Mm,
So they still kept. They're not gonna. They haven't shipped them yet. Well, as of this recording, they haven't shipped them the title yet. They might ship them. They might ship them like tomorrow or the week after. But like, I think it was worth it too. And you kind of saw like they need a woman in that group. Like somebody's got to face Ripley. Like she's like she's very influential. Like the teams like win.
right.
Like she even her look was pretty cool. She had like that Beth Phoenix look, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So they gotta have a woman. I don't know who. I don't know who you would be like compatible to Nikki to
I mean, I would say for the OC, I would say Nia Yam.
Mia Yim. She
Yeah.
might sign with WWE. I
I
heard
would
that
say
rumor.
her, Nikki Cross.
But that'd be kind of you would have to bridge that. How is she attacked from
I
the
mean, well, yeah, because
yeah
now, yeah,
that
obviously now not anymore.
or
But
Raquel Gonzalez maybe. But Raquel's
no,
more no, she wouldn't be
yeah,
like yeah, or get somebody from like
Nick,
NXT. But I don't know
yeah,
who you would get
Nikki
from NXT.
Cross is probably the best one, but obviously she's already doing something else, so it's
Yeah,
like it won't work. But
some other woman.
she would have been the best. She would have been the best because you know how I would have booked it. I would have had Nikki Ash join forces with the OC, and then but she keeps losing, you know.
Yeah,
And then she said, you know what? I can't. Boom, done. Get her off TV for like a week or two, and then come back as Nikki Cross, you know.
yeah,
And then that's where it's like, oh damn, you know.
yeah. Because there's not a lot of women I could see. Like you can't say Lacey Evans. You can't say what's her name, Aaliyah. You can't say her.
No.
You would have to make Raquel Gonzalez into like a bike. Well, she is a
Rhea
biker.
Rhea
Yeah,
Rhea Rhea Lip Lip Rhea Ripley. Oh my
Ripley.
gosh, Ripley. She's the she'd be good for the OC, but she's with the Judgment Day.
Yeah, so it's kind of
Nikki
hard. Like
Cross
you have
is
to
the
have a
only one.
woman.
Yeah. I
Who
mean,
else?
I would say Dewdrop as her other name.
Viper or
Piper. Yeah,
Piper?
Piper. Yeah.
Because she was Viper in the Indies, and then she became Piper Niven in NXT UK, and then WWE she became Dewdrop. So yeah,
I could see the Dewdrop joining OC.
yeah,
I feel
okay,
like people would support that. I would, but that's
yeah.
because I have a crush on her. Um, or Becky, but obviously Becky's out.
No, Becky,
Um,
no.
Belair would be a cool one
But
because having
she would have to be she would
but
turn
she would
into
have
like
to
a
be
biker slash AJ Styles. Wait, AJ Styles is not really like super
no, she
bike.
ain't they're not bikers at all.
No,
And
they're just
plus,
like tough
imagine
guys.
her gear. She makes her own gear, having the two sweet symbols on her
Ooh,
gear. Shoot, but she's too busy with damage control. But there
hey,
is a couple. But I
yeah,
feel personally, Nikki Cross is the only one that can actually pull it off. Like
yeah,
joint, like I could take serious. Everybody else that I just mentioned, besides Rhea Ripley, I feel like it like a one time thing. But
yeah,
like Nikki Cross and Rhea Ripley, I feel like it's like an official member of the group.
yeah.
Um, so
What did you
I
rate that one?
what match was that? What match were we talking about? Oh, the
Judgment Day
O's.
versus OC.
I think I rated 4 out of 5.
Nice.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. The ending was good. Um, the only thing is, I felt like Finn Balor should not get the W. I felt like what's his name? Dominic Mysterio should have got the W.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
think, yeah, I feel like he should have won. He should have gotten the pin on AJ Styles because then that
Ooh,
would continue the rivalry between them two alone.
yeah,
So because obviously Finn Balor and AJ Styles is a dream match. We already seen it a few years back, but AJ Styles is the face and now Finn Balor is a heel. So two former leaders. Oh, Michael Cole mentioned Bullet Club.
I know, right?
That was crazy, bro. Like I heard it, I was just like,
I mean, the fact that
I
it's
was
still,
I
the
was
fact
going
that like
crazy.
Carl Anderson is still a champion from New Japan, that's still like crazy to me. He's
Right.
still like champion, like a month later, he's been champion still, right? For like when he
Yeah.
debuted, like a month. I'm surprised he's still like champion of like New Japan. Like they would have shipped him like a month ago.
You would think, yeah, you would think they would have stripped them by now.
Yeah, that's
But they
crazy.
said that they were gonna, from what I heard or read, saying that I don't know if it was the I'm pretty sure it was the president saying
Yeah,
that they're gonna pick a date, a future event. If he doesn't commit to that next event, then they expect him to return the title.
damn.
So I don't know
I
when the
w-
next show is.
I would for consolation prize, I would bring like Car. I would bring AJ Styles there
Ooh.
for that show. Like, but obviously WWE won't allow if it's AEW wrestlers are fighting. You know, like if Carl Anderson's fighting the AEW, oh, he's gonna fight Hokalu. Never mind, Hokaleo. So it'll be fine. But he comes out with AJ Styles and Doc Luke was it
I say he should
Gallows?
wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom.
Ooh, with a WWE contracted wrestler
Yeah,
wrestling at Wrestle Kingdom. Oh wait, it happened before in the '80s, but like recently, I haven't heard that in recent
it's been
history.
a
That'd be
while. Yeah,
insane, dude. And then Nakamura's fighting the Great
the Great
Muta
Muta.
in Pro Wrestling Noah. That's like what the
Well, before let we go start talking about other stuff, let's go ahead into the main event: Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. That match wasn't so there was two outcomes. Dang, I keep hitting my mic. There's two
Mhm,
outcomes. Roman Reigns is gonna squash Logan Paul,
mhm.
or they're gonna have a good, decent match. And they went with a good, decent match. Some people think it was match of the night. Some people say it was 5-star match of the year. That's their opinion. But my opinion, it was a good match. I didn't expect it. I mean, obviously, yes, I expected less because I expected a squash match. But like I just said, there was two outcomes, which one we were gonna get. Even in my prediction, I said that I think Logan Paul should get the W by disqualification. And I
Mm,
think I told you this before. The reason why I think Logan Paul should get squashed on this match is so that way he could get a rematch. Because obviously they're gonna come back. They're gonna go back over there. So that's where he gets his rematch. And then this is where he performs better.
yeah.
And and make it more like, oh, there's and then plus a bigger build up. Because obviously right now it was just like, hey, Logan Paul has 30 million followers. You know, he's gonna bring all these people over here. Plus, we're going overseas, blah blah blah, and plus, people love him over there. So, but yeah, it was a great match. The frog splash off the top rope when he was holding the camera, or his
Dude.
phone, awesome spot. Um,
But you say you didn't like the one counts. Like, dude, come on.
oh, I think yeah, he kicked out. I
Like
think
three
like
times, right?
3 or 4 times.
Like after like a spear and stuff too. I'm like, dude, what the
No,
or
no,
like a
no. I
power
think
slam or
it was
something.
before that, yeah. But there was a couple spots where he kicked out at one, and it was just like, dude, The
At
match
least
has
one and a
been,
half, two,
yeah,
you
like
know?
two, yeah, it's been
At
like
least a 2.
5 minutes, 8 minutes, and you're kicking out at one. Rude.
Yeah,
So
Even Roman was like, what? You see his face in the
Paul
video.
Heyman too. He's like,
He's
come on,
like,
man.
dude, come on, at least stay down for 2.
Yeah. So but yeah, no, there was a couple hiccups here and there, but it was still a good match. So then he hit him with that lucky punch. It dazed him. Hit him with a. People were saying it was a Superman punch, but from my point of view, it looked like a forearm.
Yeah, it
So,
was a forearm.
but it was a nice forearm. He jumped
Yeah.
with it, so it reminded me of like a Chris Hero forearm.
What
Um,
that flip he did? That flip into like it's like the buckshot lariat he did.
yes. Oh my gosh, Handman Page. I saw that and dude, it threw me off completely. When I saw that, I was just like, why does that look so familiar?
Because I think
Oh, that's
because
Hangman's Page
because I think when
finisher.
Hangman was in New Japan, I think Logan's Paul was there and he taught him it or something like that or something like that. I don't know.
I really don't know.
But yeah, that
But
was crazy. I was like, holy crap. And then also the part where like he jumps off and Roman Reigns hits him in the air. You see that picture where Roman is like his hands cocked back and
oh
then
yeah,
and
yeah,
he's
he
like
got
he
him with the
literally
uppercut.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice moment too. Yeah, there was a lot of highlight moments in that match. And then Jake Paul, the Usos attacked the people that are part of the Logan Paul's podcast, and then Jake Paul came out. I am not gonna lie, I did not care for it because they Logan Paul introduced them the night before.
Mm,
Now, if take and plus he had him in the banner, where it was like Jake Paul was behind Logan Paul and the banner, like promoting the match. If that never happened, I would have been like, "Oh my God, Jake Paul!"
yeah,
But I kind of expected it
yeah,
because it's like, well, he's not in ringside, so I'm guessing he's gonna come out later. And yeah, and he had his own music already and stuff. So I was like, you guys ruined it. You guys should have not say that he was there. You should have saved it for the show. But because it ruined the moment for me. I was just like, oh,
yeah.
I knew it. And then Soul came out, so that was a great moment. I like how they didn't get into each other's face because I'm pretty sure Jake Paul didn't want to look weak, and Soul wasn't not gonna do the
Uh,
job for him. So and then yeah, Logan Paul did he jumped over the top over the ropes, landed on the Usos, went back in the ring, got hit with the Superman punch, right? And then got hit with the spear and got the 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns is still Universal Champion. I rate that match a 4 out of 5. The ending really saved it a lot. But not that it was a bad match, but like if it wasn't for the ending, I probably would have rated 3.5.
yeah.
So
And then then Logan Paul got injured. He got a meniscus
oh
tear,
yeah.
ACL, and MCL. So he
Did they
was
ever ouch, man.
mid match. So this is not like when he jumped off the top rope. He was already injured at that time.
Which one?
When he did that splash with the camera, by
Oh,
that
so
time he's
he was
already
already
injured. I think
hurt.
I heard. Yeah,
Oh
he tore it. I think they say he tore it after that uppercut from Roman Reigns from the air. I think he landed wrong. So he's still.
mm,
I heard mid match. I don't know what part that match was, but it was mid match where he got injured.
yeah.
Allegedly, I don't know. I'm not. I had to like we had to like look into it more. But yeah, he was already injured when he was doing all those high flying stuff.
And
Yeah,
that's like a what, 6 to a
that's like a
year.
year.
Yeah,
ACL alone is probably a year. Meniscus
yeah,
and MCL probably two. He probably not wrestle until next Crown Jewel. Yeah, like you
yeah.
said. Oh, they
It's
bring. Oh,
like
they yeah,
and then plus the recovery time and the
yeah,
rehab. So, but I think usually it could take like 6 months to heal, but then for you to get back on your feet and feel 100%, that's like another 6 months there.
yeah,
But ouch, man. But hey, it sucks that he got hurt, but he got hurt on top.
yeah,
Third match with Roman Reigns. It was a great moment for him. His brother was there, his friends were there, so it was a great moment. And obviously his girlfriend was there. Um, but yeah, great moment. But um, it's like that he got injured. But if you are gonna get hurt, that is the moment for it. So
yeah.
but yeah, we definitely ain't gonna see Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
No, no,
Um,
he'd probably show
yeah,
up,
he'll
but he
show
won't
up, but
wrestle.
he ain't
Yeah,
gonna have a match.
no,
Um, Yeah, so that's a bummer for him. But yeah, apparently WrestleMania. So well, hold on. How will you rate the show overall? And what
I
was your
would
least match?
My least favorite match. I would say that I'll agree with every rating you gave, but definitely the McIntyre versus Karrion Cross. It didn't deliver what it's supposed to, you know.
Yeah,
So overall, I'll give the entire show like a 4 out of 5. Like if you were to like collectively put everything together, like if you, I'll put a 4 out of 5. But
right.
yeah,
4 out of 5.
but if it would have been better, it would have been higher if the McIntyre match was better. It would have been
Right.
a 3, 4 point. No, not 4. I would have kept that at a 4, even with that match as a
Well, yeah,
higher
because for all
rating.
you know, if that match would have been better, it could have been it maybe, who knows, maybe it would have still been a 4 out of 5, maybe a
Yeah,
4.5, maybe a 5 out of 5. Who
yeah,
knows? But then Bray Wyatt made his return as well. Not
yeah,
his return, but he well to Crown Jewels and
yeah,
overseas. Um, so but still pretty interesting with the storyline and the direction it's going. But now going on to WrestleMania apparently sold 100,000 tickets already. The question is, on both nights total, you know what I mean?
yeah.
How many seats could they fit? Or what,
SoFi,
how many
hundred
seats?
thousand.
Okay, but
They
that's a
probably filled one.
build.
Well, that's like the entire stadium, but if you take out like obviously if you had the arena, that takes
Right,
out like 20,000 seats. If you
right.
take out like you know what I mean, like because it's a football stadium.
But then they replace it because they're gonna have chairs
Yeah, so
in
technically,
the field.
so you take one side out, you put that be for the stage, and then then obviously the whole football field will be seating. So I think they add like let's say 100,000. They say they add another 10,000 seats. So
Pretty
like
sure it's way more
probably
than
like
10,000.
70, 80, 100,000. Yeah, like
Yeah, I feel
20,000.
like
Let's say 20,000 seats because if you do the whole arena and stuff, yeah, because
yeah,
the football fields are big.
it
I
has to
mean
be at least an extra 50, but plus I
20,
feel like
30.
yeah, I put yeah 30 to 50 because at the same time it's like
So
I feel like it could be more. I'm just going
yeah,
based on how it looks, but yeah, I feel like 30 to 50 because you still have the what's that the equipment and all that.
yeah.
Production where they're gonna have their equipment set and stuff that takes some
And
space
the
too.
ring is probably like a
Yeah.
lot of room too. So yeah, well, probably one night so far, or collectively
Yeah,
probably be
because
like
I'm pretty
50,000
sure.
each night.
Yeah,
So
I'm pretty
far
sure it's like yeah, like something like that. But
because
but tickets are not sold out. They're just saying
no,
that that's how much they sold. So
so far, yeah,
technically they in a way they sold out the whole arena.
yeah,
But
for
clear
one night
for
technically.
one night, yeah, for one night technically in a way. Because there's some people where that they only bought tickets for one night, and then there's some people that bought tickets for 2 nights.
Yeah.
So
And it's still tickets though, like so it's only what November, so we're not probably still got like what 6 months,
yeah.
like yeah 6 months before the show, because it'll be April 2nd, first, second.
But that's still
So
impressive for a match that
yeah,
hasn't even, right
yeah,
now the only thing is rumors
yeah.
of we're gonna get Roman Reigns and The Rock.
Yeah.
Logan Paul is gonna clearly gonna have a match. Well, not
I
right
mean,
now,
uh, yeah.
before he got hurt,
I
and
already got
then
my money
Cody
saved up
Rhodes.
for WrestleMania in Philadelphia. I got that money already. Let's go,
I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting for the ticket sale too.
Yeah, I know, right?
So but yeah, and then I'm waiting for WrestleMania 40. I'm going. The question is, am I going for one night or 2 night? That's the only thing I
Yeah,
have
that's
no
true.
idea. But yeah, and then now in 3 weeks, we're gonna get Survivor Series War Games. We have a lot of dream matches. I believe in my future prediction, we're gonna get the Bloodline versus the Brawling Bruce.
Yeah,
The question is Roman Reigns gonna be there or is it gonna be Soul taking his spot?
yeah,
6-man tag. So So yeah, so Brawling Brews versus the Bloodline. And then we also got Damage Control versus Bianca Belair, Asuka and Alexa Bliss, and Judgment Day versus the OC. So we have a lot of matches for Survivor Series. It's just more of a like for example, the OC, are they gonna have a woman added to that match? Or is Judgment Day gonna add another man to the group and then Edge come back and joins
Ooh.
the OC
And then
to,
Beth Phoenix.
or Beth Phoenix. Maybe most likely would be Beth Phoenix joining the OC, but I feel like Edge should be part of the group. You know what I mean?
Not official part of the OC. Just be like,
No, yeah,
me
no,
and my
like
wife are here to help you, but we're
yeah,
not part of the OC.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. That's yeah, because it'd be weird. I mean, it'd be dope, but
yeah. You imagine Edge. He already does
yeah,
it. He already does the too sweet.
I Edge. I think Edge would be a great Bullet Club leader. To be honest,
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
feel like he'll be great. Same with Christian Cage. Chris Jericho, I want to take him serious.
No.
Um, but yeah, I feel like Edge and Christian Cage would be like really great leaders for the Bullet Club. Uh, but yeah, like I don't know, what would you want to see heading towards Survivor Series? What would you want to be your headline match? What do you want to
Hmm.
see?
I do want to see the Bloodline versus because it's 5 members, right? And I'll see
Is
them.
it 5 or is it 4
It's 5. It's
for
Roman
War
Reigns.
Games?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
five. Five
you're
on
saying
five.
that you're saying the Bloodline in general,
Yeah,
like
they'll
the
be in
group.
War Games because it's like it's the first time ever for SmackDown and Raw because obviously it's an NXT event, but they
Oh
put
my
it on
gosh, we
SmackDown.
better. We're not getting SmackDown versus Raw, right? They didn't say that,
No, no,
right?
this is gonna be like just like you said, it's gonna be Judgment Day versus OC slash whoever else, whoever
Right.
else they had, and then I would think the other if there's probably 2 War Games, it'll be those two. It'll be that one, and it'll be Bloodline versus who do you put in the other side? I would put like who
The
would be the next
Brawling
contender?
Brews.
The Brawling Brutes. That's
Yeah.
three. That's 3 members. I would add. I would add Drew McIntyre in that. So I don't know.
Mm.
Wait, and who's the next contender for the WWE Championship? You would think, or the undisputed
Well,
Rey Mysterio.
I would say Rey Mysterio deserves another opportunity at the
Yeah.
title.
So it'd be Bloodline versus like those 3 guys, Brawling Brutes, Drew McIntyre, and Rey Mysterio. Or you could just add somebody instead of Drew. But you know what I mean? Like make it a 5-on-5 Bloodline versus this group. Obviously, it's Brawling Brutes against
The Bloodline.
Usos. Yeah, and then Sheamus would probably be after Solo, Rey Mysterio after Zammy, or add who's Kevin Owens. Add Kevin Owens instead of Ray.
But he's
Ray.
on Raw.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying it wouldn't matter.
I
Like
would
it.
say Sheamus. Sheamus got hurt. You know, he
I
should
know.
be the next one in line for the world title. You know, so because that's what I would book. I would book
Yeah.
Sheamus versus Roman Reigns, and
But
also
yeah,
if it takes place at Survivor Series, you know, that's a rematch.
or
That's a
since War
rematch.
Games, it's in Boston. Add John Cena to the mix.
Yes, but he ain't gonna come back.
But
So
make it a War Games match. Like it has
right,
to be Bloodline because it's 5 people versus
it doesn't
5 other
have.
people.
But isn't
No,
War Games usually 4 people?
no, it's 5.
It's Survivor Series is 5.
No, this one's gonna be 5-on-5. Like War Games is usually 5-on-5. It
But
depends.
who
Like
knows? We
sometimes,
may not even see Roman Reigns though.
yeah.
He may
So
not
it might
even
be
be a
four. It
part
might
of
be
it.
4-on-4. It
Yeah,
might
or
be like
3-on-3.
yeah.
You
No,
know,
3-on-3 doesn't make sense for War Games.
no,
War
but they
Games,
may not even be in a Warriors game because, like I
yeah.
said, we already got the OC and Judgment Day. You know, they just need a woman, and then we got Damage Control, but there it's 3-on-3, so they just need another person added to the group. But I mean, who knows? I don't know. It's really weird.
It's like
I
3. It's like a 2 weeks away almost. It's really like
yeah,
it's after Thanksgiving, so I'm definitely watching that. We should watch that live. We should do
I,
live analysis.
I'm not gonna watch it live because I have a
Ah,
party to go to,
I get you.
a sweet 16. So yeah, I was like, damn it. I mean, I'm still gonna watch it.
Yeah, but not
No,
live. You're like ah.
no, I'll probably watch it like when it's like nothing going on at the party.
Yeah.
So,
But we'll definitely
but
do an episode on it, like our predictions and stuff. Like we'll
yeah.
officially get a card. We
We
officially get
also
like
we gotta do like a fantasy booking. We were supposed to do one for Crown Jewels, but we didn't
yeah.
do one. So we're definitely
Yeah.
gonna do a Survivor Series. This is gonna be very interesting though, because it's war games. So this is gonna be a fun one battle. So we definitely gotta do a fantasy booking for this one.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man. So Crown Jewel, great show. Looking forward for Survivor Series, War Games.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I guess this is it for this episode. So take us home, Ever.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to check us out on teespring.com and Pro Wrestling Tees for our gear. Search for New Entry Wrestling Podcasts. Your support helps a lot
Yeah.
with equipment and technology and all that.
Oh
So I
yeah,
would
and
really love.
please, if you're gonna subscribe, please stop unsubscribing because you're hurting my feelings. just
Yeah,
just stay on.
I know. Just say it. You don't have to
You,
like.
you give me hope, and then like, yeah, we got another subscriber, and that person's like, oops, sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
accidentally. Like,
So
ah,
maybe down the road, probably like we'll probably just have shirts on hand. So if you guys ever want shirts, we'll probably have your size on hand. We could just sell it to you, in person, or if you guys whatever, and maybe we'll
or
see.
just go to Ever's house because the
Yeah,
door's always open.
yeah.
So is his bedroom.
Oh my God. And also check us out on Instagram and TikTok at New Entry Wrestling Pod. We're doing more shorts and stuff like that. So if you want something quick, while you're on the bathroom break or like on break
Yeah,
for
we're too
lunch, you can
old.
check our
We started on everything too late,
yeah,
and we're not hip no more. So
yeah, check out us on Twitter at New Entry Wrestling WP. And then if you haven't already, check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Radio Public. And also check us out on YouTube at New Entry Wrestling Podcast. Help us support, subscribe, stay subscribed, and like
yes,
and share.
yeah,
Yeah, we're
yeah,
gonna do more
yeah.
content. We're gonna do more. We talked about Survivor Series. We're gonna do other stuff too, more fun trivia and stuff we've been doing. But yeah, and interviews down the road too. But yeah, I don't know anything else, Ian. I could just wrap it up.
Also, let me know if I should start my OnlyFans. Anyways, this is
All
it,
right. All right, listeners, this is really it for this episode. I'm Ever, and this is Ian.
and we are out.
Bye, guys.
Doo doo doo.